Riley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Sunday, July 30th. So today we have the moon in Capricorn all day, and of course that provides us with a grounded approach on really taking a good look at our to-do list, what needs to be done, what we have to clean up in order to clean the slate in order to get building towards the new. We are definitely logical and practical. We are definitely more in a, I'm going to say negative mindset, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because of course we are building towards the full moon in Aquarius, and the full moon in Aquarius is going to illuminate where it is that we need to free ourselves, liberate ourselves from some of the obstacles, the challenges, the restrictions, if you will, that will come in our face, become very clear while the moon is in Capricorn energy. So a little bit of negative Nancy, a little bit of a Debbie Downer attitude definitely puts us in the right position to realize where the funk is. And of course, that is going to illuminate where it is that we have to make extra efforts in order to break out of it. Now, there are 9 different aspects here today, and 8 of them are going to involve the moon. The moon in Capricorn is going to make a positive interaction with the sun, who of course is in the heart and soul of the zodiac in Leo energy. I love this because of course the moon represents the past, our emotions, our unconscious self, our intuition. The sun represents the future, our ego selves, what it is that we have to kind of see the sun shining a bright light on. Now, the moon in Capricorn definitely wants us to get a grip on how it is that we've gotten here, what it is that we still have yet to do as far as closing the door and bringing certain topics and themes into a completion point. Because the sun is showing us in this Leo energy where it is that we are aligning with new passion projects, new passions, new goals, new desires, new exciting topics and themes. And of course, we have to embody the pride, the boldness, the bravery, the courage of the lion in order to actually move forward. What we're left with is an overlap, and that overlap is the present moment. It's recognizing where the structures that we've built as far as our daily lives, our physical realms go, what needs to be kind of, I'm going to say, brought to a closure point, what we have to let go of, what we have to move away from, what we have to create distance from in order to launch us into this new path, into this new direction. The moon will trine Mercury. I love this for us. The moon in Capricorn energy, Mercury, ruler of the mental plane, ruler of information and communication and how it is that we express ourselves, now in his place of power in Virgo energy. We get this trine because Capricorn and Virgo energies, they're both earth signs. So we get some earth on earth action here. So the moon being our heart space, Mercury being our head space, they're in a blending of energies with each other. They're harmonizing with each other, which means that our heart and our head are on the same page. Likely, very grounded, very logical, very practical in the approach of our to-do list. Of course, closing out elements of the past, cleaning the slate of the here and now so that we can get started on building the elements in our future realities. Now, this could also open up a beautiful opportunity to communicate, to truly express ourselves. But of course, we are only speaking on things that are needed to be said. There's not a lot of emotion going on with this earth energy. It's kind of matter of fact and to the point. The moon is then going to sextile, beautiful interaction with Saturn. Saturn, of course, rules over the Capricorn energy that the moon is in. Saturn being the Lord of Karma, ruling over our roles, our responsibilities, our systems and structures and foundations in our lives. And because Saturn is retrograde, we're looking back, we're reflecting, we're reviewing, we're revising, we're redoing, we're reworking our belief system in this Pisces energy. We are addressing our fears as equally as we are addressing our dreams. We are addressing our pain and trauma just as we are addressing our want, need, and desire to heal. This interaction, yes, does kind of bring us down a couple of pegs because, of course, we are grounded, we are logical, we are practical in this particular energy, but we're also seeing what needs to be disassembled, deconstructed, collapsed, if you will, in order for us to build ourselves up in a much better and stronger way. The moon is going to interact with the sun again, this time not as positive as the earlier interaction. This particular interaction is definitely going to illuminate Choice points. This is a great time for us to step back, really observe what is going on. And even more than that, observe the challenges, observe the obstacles. Where are you banging your head against a wall? Let's step back. Let's refrain from beating our pretty little noggins up against a wall that doesn't seem to be moving out of our way anytime soon. Let's step back. Let's observe. Let's see what it is that our heart is asking us to do. Sometimes we get so fixated on bringing a dream or a vision or a goal to life that when we are kind of seeing these challenges, our natural disposition is to persevere, to continue to push through those challenges and obstacles. And sometimes we just need to step back and realize that maybe we're being kind of detoured for a reason. And especially seeing as we are in this, build up to the full moon in Aquarius that will illuminate for us new information, new events, new details that are going to emerge that will have a major impact on our pivot point, on the path and direction that we're taking. Maybe we just need to sit back and ask the wall, what are you trying to teach me? The moon will then interact with Uranus, the great awakener, who likely is going to give us an epiphany, an aha moment. He's going to wake us up, shake us up, show us a different option, a different alternative. And where Uranus is in Taurus energy, and of course Capricorn and Taurus energy are both earth signs, we are definitely focused on where the obstacles and challenges are in our physical realm, where routines, relationships, and money matters are concerned. This is the wall. This is the blockage. This is the challenge. So we really need to step back, open our heart space, open our mind space, take a hint, take a clue on where it is that we are being redirected, if you will, to not push through the wall, but to maybe either climb up over it or walk around it totally. Venus is going to go ahead and interact with Neptune. This is the only aspect that we have here today that doesn't involve the moon. Venus, as you know, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, money. She is retrograde in this Leo energy, the heart and soul of the zodiac, taking us on a journey to figure out who it is that we now are, who it is that we are no longer. Who and what brings us happiness, joy, safety, security, and stability, and who does not. Where we have to rearrange and reprioritize what means the most to us, how we're spending our energy, what we want to invest in. Venus, when she interacts with Neptune, of course, in his place of power in Pisces energy, but also retrograde, doing the internalized work to really confront the problems that we've been running away from. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, meaning that Neptune connects us to the higher realms of intelligence so that we can be inspired. We can be downloaded with a dream and a vision with a goal. We bring it into the physical body that Venus rules over, and we're actually able to create something with it, bring it to life, give birth to it, so to speak. But this particular interaction isn't the most favorable one. So what it's going to do is really put us in a situation to see where it is that maybe we're being too realistic, too logical, too practical, or maybe where it is that we're too far into fantasy, too far into imaginary land. Maybe it's illuminating where it is that we have to strike a balance. Yes, there's a lot of fears and doubts and insecurities rising to the surface. Yes, there's a lot of, I'm going to say, uncertainty where decisions are kind of concerned. This is definitely putting us in a very confusing time because we don't know whether or not we need to trust our ego selves, our higher selves, our heart space, our intuition. There is a blending, a balanced blending that is needed in order for us to find that middle common ground. The moon will then go ahead and interact with Venus. So this is a beautiful interaction really because it's like where we kind of float away with the Venus and Neptune interaction, where we float away, where we find ourselves detaching, disassociating, kind of removing ourselves from the realistic situations that we should be confronting, but many of us will try to kind of turn a blind eye or bury our head in the sand or turn in a totally different direction and pretend that things don't exist. The moon in Capricorn is like knocking on our forehead saying, excuse me, can you ignore this? Hey, how about you actually grow up and mature a little bit and do a deep dive into that heart space, get real with what's going on here, stop running, stop trying to avoid situations that you have been actually creating more of a mess of because of your I'm going to say, lack of wanting to tidy up the past. The moon is saying to us, come on now, let's come back down to earth. Let's get real, okay? We're in the Leo energy. This is the heart and soul of the zodiac. Let's stop running and hiding like a scared little kitten. And instead, let's rise to the occasion and stand in our mission, stand in our purpose, stand in our truth as the beautiful Leo, the lion that we should all be embodying. So it's a little bit of a reality check. The moon is then going to go ahead, trine, which is a beautiful energy, Mars, the god of war, who rules over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desires, even our anger, who is in Virgo energy, earth on earth. And then shortly thereafter, the moon is going to go ahead and trine Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, blessings, knowledge, and wisdom, who, of course, is in this Taurus energy. So what do we get? We have two very powerful interactions in these earth signs. So first of all, it's bringing us down to earth. It's bringing us down a couple of pegs. It is delivering to us a little bit of a bitch slap of truth, a bitch slap of reality, in order for us to realize that we have a lot of confidence that we're just not tapping into right now. We are kind of in this very real, raw, vulnerable stage where we're picking ourselves apart, we're breaking ourselves down, we're beating ourselves up. And honestly, there's just no need for it. Life is hard enough. We don't have to complicate any kind of situation over and above what it is that many of us are struggling to deal with already. So this is going to boost our confidence, not in a hopes and wishes and fantasy kind of way, because this is all earth energy. What this is an opportunity to see where it is that we got to stop the foolishness with negative Nancy and Debbie Downer. And we really have to get low and slow and grounded and be stable and stand in our mission and our purpose and understand that we have all the tools that we need. We have all the resources that we need. We have the wisdom that we need to basically understand where it is that we have to move forward. We have to push through. We have to overcome these particular challenges and obstacles. And may I just remind you, we need to be illuminated to the power struggles, to the things that aren't working so well as we move into the full moon in Aquarius, because that is the energy that helps us break free from some of the constructs and restrictions that we're currently trying to identify.